he is, he's really a complete fighter because he's at the highest level beating guys with jabs. He's at the highest level knocking guys out with short 6-inch left hooks.
Joe Joyce is getting ready for a showdown in Las Vegas to go up against a wild and brutal boxer, Deontay Wilder, who's gearing up for an explosive fight with Andy Ruiz. However, Wilder's trainer asserts the British boxer would be much tougher than Andy Ruiz. So is the Juggernaut really more dangerous than the Destroyer?
You know, he's got fast hands. He's not the biggest heavyweight. He's maybe 6'2"-ish.
Can the British boxer wreck Wilder's career with a big win, or will he become the next victim on the list of the Bronze Bomber? Let's check it out in today's video, but before we jump in, remember, like, subscribe, tap that icon bell. You don't want to miss out on any updates from Boxing Insane. Two months ago, Joe Joyce picked up the biggest win of his career when he knocked out former WBO heavyweight champion Joseph Parker. In a recent interview, Joyce expressed his interest in fighting Wilder and also said he's willing to travel to Las Vegas to take the fight. By observing potential opponents, Malik Scott said Joe Joyce would be a more annoying opponent than Andy Ruiz. Malik Scott, the head trainer for the former WBC heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder, views Olympic silver medal winner Joe Joyce as a very dangerous opponent. Wilder was in action last Saturday night at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, where he wiped out Robert Helenius in a single round with a big right hand. The fight was a WBC semi-eliminator, with Wilder in line to face former unified champion Andy Ruiz in a final WBC eliminator. Ruiz secured his slot last month by defeating Luis Ortiz in 12 rounds. The winner of Wilder-Ruiz could get a mandatory crack at the WBC title. When sizing up the option of facing Joyce, Scott views him as a dangerous opponent and requires careful preparation if Wilder faces this heavyweight. To be more specific, Scott revealed that at the top level of the division, there are not many fighters he's interested in fighting. Joe Joyce is a much better fighter for those concerning fights than Andy Ruiz. The Mexican boxer would be more marketable because he's a former heavyweight champ, but the British boxer is a much tougher opponent than Ruiz. When he thinks of Joe Joyce, he thinks, how many could Joyce take? And if he can take the hardest puncher of the history in the sport over and over again and not be dazed, which is almost humanly impossible, then obviously he's the hardest one to face. Wilder's trainer insists that Joyce would beat Ruiz easily. So is that really true? How strong is Andy Ruiz and Joe Joyce? Let's talk power. For Andy Ruiz, he has the advantage when it comes to making the short, fast jab. Those punches gets an opponent worn down and their strength is gone and defeated by unexpected combos. The Destroyer now holds both devastating knockout power and blinding speed, which fans can be sure he'll put on display in the ring against Ortiz. For Joe Joyce, he clearly has an A-class or better chin. That chin's the difference in fights with a Foreman-type jab. In addition, his strength is also reflected in devastating knockdowns. The Juggernaut is defined as a force regarded as merciless, destructive, and unstoppable. Joe Joyce is definitely a dangerous opponent for anyone in the heavyweight division. What about stability? Andy Ruiz has not had stability in training and fighting. The former Mexican champion is susceptible to factors outside and away from boxing, and stability is what he needs to maintain passion for his boxing career. For Joyce, much more consistency than his opponent in the ring with an undefeated record. Joyce's fundamentals are pretty good. His handling of the situation in the ring also shows the concentration of this British boxer. However, Andy Ruiz's speed is far superior to Joyce. He's got quick hands, quick feet, and very respectful power. He's got enthusiasm and speed, and his style is getting to the opponent behind a deceptively fast jab and agile footwork. His footwork isn't pretty like the rest of his game, but he will close the distance before the opponent knows what happened.
There by Ruiz, and able to land with the right hand. Arreola landed with his own right hand.
So what if Joyce actually went up against Deontay Wilder? What is going to happen? There's a similarity between Wilder and Joyce. That's good stamina. However, there's many differences between the two heavyweights, which would make the battle thrilling. Deontay Wilder is not as fast as Andy Ruiz, but his hand speed is faster than Joyce. The Juggernaut was deemed too slow to threaten the other heavyweights. That can make a problem and make it difficult for him to launch consecutive punches. Meanwhile, Wilder is just too brutal when repeatedly placing that right arm on the opponent until he's defeated. Wilder often fought bravely without following any plan. Even if he has good preparation, he'll break all of that was planned. He seldom takes steps to disguise his intentions. With no pitfalls, he uses wild strength to lunge at his opponent until that right arm causes his opponent to be knocked down. For Joyce, he's got good technique and caution. We look at the fight against Daniel Dubois. Joyce seems to have the sound battle plan, and even if you thought Dubois seemed to be ahead, Joyce kept outside as much as possible and used the jab, and it seems to work for him. Unfortunately for Dubois, he sustained an eye injury, and seeing a fighter hurt is never a pretty sight. Boxers have their own strengths and weaknesses, and that makes the game much more unpredictable and interesting. So how about you? Do you agree with Malik Scott's opinion? Is Joyce really more dangerous than the former Mexican champion? And who would win between the Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder, and the Juggernaut, Joyce? Leave your comments below and let us know. Don't forget, like, subscribe, tap that bell icon. You don't want to miss any videos from Boxing Insane. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.